internet, and welcome to Nobody Asked, because nobody asked for this, but I'm doing it anyways. I'm your host, Kaylee. If you're coming back, welcome. And if you're new here, I hope you stick around. Today's episode is a little niche. It's definitely for any younger viewers out there, but if people are graduated and they've done this, I'm interested to hear people's thoughts. I have taken 4 AP classes, and here are my thoughts on them, and if you actually need them, if they're beneficial, that kind of thing. So before we jump into that, make sure you follow the show, subscribe, do all the things, like it, comment. I want to hear from you and know if you're liking the show. If you don't know what AP is, maybe you're not from America. AP means advanced placement, and it's basically a way to take college level courses while you're still in high school. So I've taken 4 AP classes, and here are my thoughts. First one up is AP Bio. AP Bio was a hard one. I took that one last year, and I am not a science person. I am an English and history brain, not a math and science one, so AP Bio was not my strong suit. That combined with it being like the 6th hour in the day, I was having a hard time focusing at that point. I just wanted to go home and nap. So the class wasn't really great for me, but I did really enjoy it. We had a really small class. My teacher was phenomenal. She would give us coffee every Friday, so like that was amazing. For the class itself, I mostly took for 2 reasons. The teacher, to fulfill the last science credit I needed to graduate. It was that or like physics, and I was like, I didn't really want to do physics. I just went with bio. If you're going to take AP Bio, here is what I have to tell you. Any tips, anything like that. 1, make sure you study. Study, study, study. It's a hard one. I did not study for a lot of the tests because I've never been one to have to study, and I got B's and C's on a lot of the tests, so definitely study. I know the practice tests and questions are annoying, but definitely do them because the AP Bio exam is a weird one. It's got weird hypothetical questions. Some of the long answer ones they made no sense to me. And now, to be fair, I actually was very sick this past AP exam week. So the 2 tests, I was falling asleep. I had a bad upper respiratory infection, but I couldn't miss the test. So I went to school like that. So my testing experience is different from most because I was already miserable and then add on a 3-hour test. Not great, but definitely do practice questions and tests so you really get a feel for how it's gonna be. If you are a sciencey person and you're going into like biology or something, I would recommend it. Me, I was probably the wrong person to take that class. I'm not one for science and I didn't try too hard. I'd recommend it if science and math is your thing. All right, next up is the other one I took last year, AP Language. So this test I got a 3, even with being violently ill that year. And I really enjoyed AP Lang. Now, AP Language is focused a lot on writing and rhetoric. Rhetoric and like my class, we debated. We had at least 3 debates a week, like on all kinds of stuff. I'm not saying every AP Lang class is going to be like that, but if that is your kind of thing, definitely give it a shot. We did a lot of practice essays and things like that in my class, so I felt pretty prepared for the test. And I'll be honest, it wasn't a hard one. Multiple choice, I was asleep for 45 minutes of that test and I still got a 3. Like I still answered most of those questions in like 15 minutes and passed the test. So AP Lang, solid one to take. All right, now on to the ones I'm doing this year. AP Literature to start. Not really enjoying it. Like, it's all right. I don't know. I really thought I would enjoy that because I love like picking out the little details and analyzing things in books on my own. But when it comes time to have to do it for an assignment or for a test, I'm just not into it. Obviously, I've only done a semester of it, so we'll see how the rest of the semester goes. Nothing against the class or the teacher. That one is a lot of like, what is the underlining meaning of these characters and their actions and what are the symbols? Like really looking into literature and like the deeper meaning behind it. If you enjoy analyzing books and stuff, I'd still be wary of the class because it does start to feel a bit like a chore when you have to do it, but I am getting exposed to some new stories. If I'm like into the story, I do still really enjoy it. So if you're an English person, I'd recommend it. I don't know how the test is. I haven't taken it. Hopefully it's not too bad. All right, APUS History. Oh, people were not lying when they said it was a hard one. I'm pretty good with history. I have a pretty solid memory, but the course load is intense. I had a assignment that took like 7 or 8 pages of lined paper. Never again, please. my teacher has us do a lot of AP lessons. You know, we use the AP Classroom, which I think is really good because even though it can be boring, it does help you get a feel for how the test is going to be. And put the videos on 2x speed. If you can pick up information quickly, just put them on 2x speed. It's a lot easier to get through them that way. That's my big tip. If you're using those videos, speed them up. I really enjoy history, so it is nice because you get a much deeper look into historical events. Like, we're halfway through the year and we're just now like finishing the Civil War. Like, so we're moving at a pretty good pace and I really enjoy it. I feel like I'm gonna be pretty prepared for the test. If you enjoy history and you have a good memory, definitely take the class. If you struggle with memorizing names and dates and all that fun stuff, definitely study. Use Quizlet, use flashcards, use whatever you need to do to help you succeed because it is a very big, like, memorize these names and dates and these battles and all this other stuff. So definitely use that kind of thing. All right, now that I've talked about my AP class experience a little bit, do I think they're necessary? For me, yes. I've always been, you know, put in like the advanced reading group and stuff. I'm pretty solid with academics, so having the slightly more advanced material and the challenge is really good for me. I enjoy that. Not everyone does, so if you don't like that, AP classes are not for you. The big draw of them is the fact that you can earn college credit for the exams if you pass them. So I think if you are looking to go to college, don't mind a heavier course load, and your school has AP courses that interest you, go for it. I would not recommend it if you don't like heavy course loads and you don't plan on going to college. Honestly, just go to a regular class. You don't need to do the AP because you're just adding more stress that you don't really need. So I hope this interests you. Please tell me your experiences with AP classes in the comments below if you have taken them or if you know someone who is taking them. I'd love to keep chatting about it. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and follow the show. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode, and I will see you all next Wednesday. Until then, thank you for being here and God bless.